Capital Views is sponsored by North Rim Bank, Alaska Oil and Gas Association, ConocoPhillips, and Linden.
Hi, I'm Tim Bradner with Legislative Digest, and welcome to Capitol Views, and a special welcome today to President Pat Pitney of the University of Alaska. Thanks for joining us, President Pitney.
Thank you so much, Tim, for having me.
It seems like the university is got some good news lately. The enrollment figures were really caught a lot of people's attention, and maybe you could sort of explain what that's about, and maybe we can drill down into the numbers a little bit, why that's happening, maybe some areas where we still have some improvement to be done.
Excellent. Really, we've got a lot of momentum in our enrollment and in our research, but also in our partnerships with businesses across the state. On the enrollment side, overall enrollment, we're up about 4% this year. So last spring, a year ago, was the first year-over-year increase the university saw in enrollment in 9 years. And then last fall, we were up about 3%. This spring, we're up about 4%. So we're seeing that grow. Most exciting is the first-time freshman numbers, the number of new students coming in. Nationwide, first-time students have gone down 3.6%, but at University of Alaska, we have a 16% increase in new first-time freshmen. And a super exciting statistics, the number of students using the APS and coming to the university is up 50%. And those students are retained and graduate at like 75% graduation rate after their 4 years. So a really important target group of students. The areas where we're up are in our workforce development. Kenai Peninsula campuses has shown a tremendous increase. The College of Natural Sciences at UAF is strong. School of Education, we started a early childhood baccalaureate program in Anchorage, and in the for licensure for education. That program is growing strong, as well as their work with professional development. So a lot of nice highlights there. One program I wanted to point out was construction management. We knew industry came to us knowing that the infrastructure funding from the federal government was going to really push construction in the state, and they needed more construction managers. That program is up 75%. So and that was because we have a partnership with industry. We've put money in, industry's put money in, and we're moving that forward. Another highlight is down in Ketchikan with our maritime industry. So just a lot of good good momentum. But I think it's just because, businesses need workforce, and that's what you get here out of the university.
President Pitney, if I could ask, where is the construction management focused in any one campus, or is it several campuses?
It's both UAA and UAF. It's a 2-year program, and they're available via distance. So we have a lot of people who are in the construction industry taking advantage of that program to advance from, say, a foreman to a project manager, construction manager position.
Is there a degree or certificate that goes along with that?
It's a 2-year associate degree.
That's good. And you mentioned industry contributes to that. How does that work?
We did an industry challenge, and they've contributed almost $400,000. Just different businesses AGC, Bill Watterson was a big contributor. Gem Company was a big contributor.
And AGC is the Association of General Contractors.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you mentioned the Alaska Performing Scholarship. I was going to return to that for a minute. What explains the surge of participation in that? It was down for a while. Do you have?
I believe it's the trust that the university is going to be here. I think that the stability that we've received from the state in the last 3 years, where we're not our financial footing is strong. And I think that is so important. The state's confidence and the state's support of the university, covering our salary and fixed costs, are a critical piece to the students and their parents, knowing that the university is going to be here and be able to provide their programs in the long term. So I think it's really just been the stability that has changed that.
Well, that's a welcome upsurge after a long period of problems with COVID and other issues. So that's really quite remarkable. Is the construction management the only program that industry contributes to help support the training? Or
Oh, no, like nursing and our allied health programs. We have a tremendous amount of industry partnerships for that. Our process tech with the oil industry and even more, and it's also supporting it's like utilities and surprisingly breweries.
Well, there's a real workforce need.
I wouldn't say that utilities and breweries are supporting the program yet, but the students who are leaving the program are going into that. But the oil industry has been tremendous. The mining industry supports our mining and petroleum services training program. They support our diesel mechanic program. Alaska Airlines has been helping us in our aviation maintenance program. So I think since we've reached this level of stability, we're able to reach out to industry. Industry is able to reach in, but they know we're on a solid footing, that we can keep the partnership going long term.
President Pitney, we're just about out of time, but I wanted to mention one more thing that has a recent development. Is the University Foundation did a 24-hour fundraising, and with a remarkable result.
Yeah, we call it the UA Day of Giving. It's it goes for 49 hours. So it starts on noon of one day and goes an entire next day, and then to noon the following day. So it's 49 hours of giving, and we call it the UA Giving Day. And it was $1.2 million was raised in that 49 hours, and over 2,000 donors. And that follows on our 7-year For Alaska campaign that raised in the 7 years over $250 million and 20,000 donors, of which 10,000 were new donors.
Well,
so just again, it's knowing that the university is stable and it's got the state behind it, and people are investing and taking advantage of it.
Well, that's very encouraging. Well, thank you, President Pitney, for joining us, and hopefully we can continue this in the future. Thank you.
That'd be great. Love to be on again. Thanks.